Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back, putting a positive spin on Leprechaun Origins. Leprechaun Origins is, of course, included on this Leprechaun, the Complete Movie Collection Blu-ray set. In a franchise full of cheesy campiness, it's sort of funny that Leprechaun Origins is the black sheep of the series. It was the WWE production starring Hornswoggle as the title character. Released in 2014, I don't remember a time when it didn't receive a lot of hate. It's easily at the bottom of most fans' rankings, so Jason and I decided to watch it for positive spin. In honor of St. Patrick's Day, we decided to find out if it's really as bad as everyone claims. Now, with that being said, Jason and I had both seen it before. This was a rewatch for us, and frankly, we didn't even hate it the first time we saw it. I can understand people not liking it because of the different leprechaun, but aren't all of the leprechauns supposed to be different? No, seriously though, I understand this is a different take on a Leprechaun film, but that was the point. While the rest of the movies in the franchise are practically horror comedies with their campiness, Leprechaun Origins is a straight horror film. I'd call it a creature feature slasher. Jason and I have watched plenty of films now for this Positive Spin series, and some of them have been objectively bad movies that we find entertaining. Others have been objectively good movies that we find entertaining. This is one of those. Leprechaun Origins is not a bad film, despite what many might try to tell you. If you've been sleeping on this one, don't, and I'll tell you why. Like I already mentioned, it really is a straightforward horror movie. The tone in this one is much more serious and much more sinister. For me, that's a positive. It's a nice retreat away from that campiness of the rest of the films. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy the others, but I like this one too. There's no reason we can't enjoy campy horror and serious horror, and there's no reason why we can't enjoy it in the same franchise. I love the point of view shots in the opening scene of the girl being dragged through the field. Those POV shots are continued throughout the film, and I love that golden look to them. It's a positive for me that, for the most part, this is how we know the leprechaun is on screen. We only catch glimpses of him here and there until the end of the movie. It's a good example of less is more. We're left anticipating what the leprechaun looks like, because we don't get to see him until late in the movie. For me, that's a positive. It's a contrast to the other Leprechaun films. We see those leprechauns right away. I really like the setting in Leprechaun Origins. It's set in Ireland, despite being filmed in Canada. An Ireland setting is perfectly fitting for a Leprechaun movie, don't you think? I really enjoy the characters in this. You're not meant to like all of them, but they're realistic. I think it's the characters that really lend to the slasher feel of this one, more so than the others in the franchise, and for me, that's a positive. Included in those characters is a really awesome final girl. She's not just nice to look at, but she's a smart, fighting final girl. She doesn't just run, hide, and cry. I also love that her final line is taken directly from the original Leprechaun. That was a nice homage. The storyline of Leprechaun Origins is another positive for me, and that's a big one. It's sort of The Cabin in the Woods or Willy's Wonderland meets Leprechaun. And when we finally do get to see the creature, he looks awesome. I love the creature effects. In Origins, the Leprechaun looks like the evil elf from Elves, another holiday horror film I love. That's another positive. He really is a cool-looking creature. The gore effects are also really well done. The kills are gruesome in this. As a matter of fact, I'd say they're easily the most gruesome in the franchise. This goes back to what I said about Leprechaun Origins being the most horrific of the series. The movie is atmospheric, and although I won't spoil it, I'll say that something happens at the end that horror fans say they wish would happen in other films. That goes back to what I said about the final girl being smart and being a fighter. And the last positive I'll mention in this video is the runtime. Leprechaun Origins has an approximate runtime of 1 hour and 18 minutes before the closing credits roll. It's fast-paced, as the action begins almost immediately, and before you know it, it's over. I'm really not sure what it is that people hate about this one, except maybe the fact that it wasn't what they wanted. This sequel did something different, and honestly, I think it succeeds, but you don't have to agree. This is just my positive spin. Be sure to check out Jason's as well. To which hated movie will we next give a positive spin? Check back soon to find out. Until then, though, what are your thoughts on Leprechaun Origins? Did you hate it? And if so, why? Comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.